In this day and age of text messaging, we've become really good at expressing ourselves through emojis. But in real life, how do we express and process our feelings?
I like to think of it as a warning light that comes on in the car. That warning light comes on because it's sensing something that's not right or out of place, or maybe not working properly. So in that, it just gives us a signal or a red flag like, hey, what's going on here?
It's a good point. With me personally, I'd like to process things and really think through what am I feeling, what's going on right now. And everybody processes differently. So share a little bit, how do you process things?
So I tend to think of the feeling and then decide, is this truth or is this untruth? And where is this coming from? Is this something that I need to dive deeper into, or is this something that I just need to send away?
Yeah, if we don't process our emotions, we can really kind of stuff them down. And then we end up kind of like a Build-A-Bear, just stuffed.
Yeah, I have noticed with stuffing, it hasn't worked out too well with a lot of people, especially myself. When I tend to stuff, we think it doesn't go away, or we think we tend to move it in a different direction, but eventually it always comes out.
Processing feelings can be tough though, because sometimes things are uncomfortable or, they're really difficult things that we have to face. But what are some unhealthy things that can happen if we don't address those feelings?
I think they come out in our interactions with others. I think we tend to not give enough insight into our nonverbal communications. So when we're keeping feelings inside, we're actually sending out signals with our heart that we aren't even realizing that we're doing. So if I feel anxious, I'm gonna send an anxious signal out to you. If I feel excited, I'm gonna send those feelings out to you. So acknowledging what things I'm experiencing and feeling are important. And then we just have to decide what we do with those.
So maybe some practical tips that we can keep in mind as we think about processing our emotions. We're parents, we have little ones in the house, so a lot of times Daniel Tiger is on in our home. And I remember one thing Daniel Tiger says is, if you want to get mad and you want to roar, just take a deep breath, count to 4. So even just a practical tip like that can be helpful in processing our emotions.
Yeah, and for me, meditating, taking a few minutes out when I experience a feeling, most of the time if they're negative emotions or feelings, to just meditate and pray and just think of positive things. And a lot of times, those negative or weird feelings tend to pass pretty fast.
So if we need to, it's okay to maybe use an emoji to identify what we may be feeling inside, but make sure that, we still need to take time to process what's really going on inside of us so that those behaviors and things that we're feeling don't come out in unhealthy ways.
Yes.